I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I hope life is good. I hope your day's been great. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Aaliyah. I talk about all things manifestation, mindset, getting exactly what you want in life, and most importantly, becoming the best version of yourself so you can get everything you want in life the most quickest and easiest way possible. So if that sounds good and great to you, I'd love to let you be here. Just like chill out, grab a drink, vibe out, and just listen to what I've got to say, because you might pick up some things that are going to help you. So I've been doing a little series on different techniques. I'm actually going to put a stop on that for now. There is one more kind of technique that I want to talk about. I might make that in another video today, but I want to talk about something very, very specific today, and it's mainly going to be about non-resistance and what non-resistance is and how to get to a level where you stop resisting things. So in most situations, when it comes to manifesting or goals or desires and wanting to achieve and attain them, most human beings get stuck at resistance. They tell themselves something like a statement, let's just say I'm wealthy, or I make X amount of money every single month, or I have an X amount of clients every single month or week. You tend to have thoughts in your mind or doubts, thinking like, how am I going to do that? How is that possible? No, you're not, Aaliyah. Like, why is that happening? Like, of course that's not the case. And your brain almost brings up thoughts, brings up emotions that contradict the new thoughts that you are putting into your brain. So in most circumstances, this is why majority of manifestation creators tell you to persist. No matter what the doubt is, just persist and persist and persist and persist until the resistance decreases and decreases, up until the point that there's no resistance. But understanding what resistance is can also help someone, and it helped me get to a point in life where I can kind of dictate and understand why the resistance is there, where it's coming from, and where it's stemming from. And the great thing about that is when you know what it is, you can tackle the problem at the root and dissolve it. And once you've dissolved it, you're able to get yourself to a point where now you can manifest as easily as possible. So resistance in most cases are experiences, is your past experiences, is beliefs that you've had since you were a child, and beliefs that have been ingrained due to evidence that you've seen throughout life. So let's just say you're trying to manifest, or your goal is to have a great relationship, be married and have a very, very healthy, secure relationship. But your past has been broken family, has been cheating boyfriends or girlfriends, has been terrible life decisions, which has led you in paths of relationships, romantic or not, where you and your value and your worth has now been compromised. So when you now start telling yourself, whether that's through affirmations or visualization or subliminals or whichever way you decide to tell yourself, that you are now in a great relationship, your brain's going to instantly go to, no, you're not. Like, this is like the umpteen amount of information that we have saying that you don't deserve good relationships and that men aren't good for you. And every time you do get into a relationship, they do X, Y, and Z. Yet you're still fighting the belief with having this thought in. Well, how do you get there, right? How do you get past the resistance? How do you get past those thoughts? Because the thing is, when you start telling your brain something new, like a new affirmation, something like, I'm in a great and happy relationship, your brain is going to start telling you and giving you evidence of all the past experiences that you've been in. You're going to start having evidence of third parties, of people cheating, of friends having breakups, of guys coming around you or girls that are terrible and not good for you and are below your standards. And these are there to essentially trigger you, right? And the trigger is almost like a reflection of you. When you get triggered, you have to realize, do not take that trigger as if this thing in reality is taking the piss, right? You have to take it as if this is something that's happening in my life, but most importantly, it's a reflection of what I believe inside of myself. Because if I genuinely did not care about this thing, I would not be getting triggered. It's simple. So when you get triggered, just know that the cause of it is yourself. So dig deep. Yes, manifestation, goal setting, desires, getting what you want is all well good. It's like a fucking cupcake, right? With a cherry on top and glitter everywhere. Like, it's an amazing way to look at life. But also you have to realize that this takes a lot of back work too. no matter how much resistance you have, if you want to take the route of let's be consistent, let's just persist in the thought, because eventually once you get to the point where that thought, the new thought, the person be, the state of being of the new attainable, goal striving, manifesting woman, man that you want to be has already been attained, then surely you wouldn't have the resistance, right? And that is equally as true as what I'm telling you right now. But where I found the problem with that is I don't want it to resurface, right? Just because I'm bringing up a story right now, I'm in a great relationship, doesn't mean that the core belief of I'm not worthy or I'm not good enough has been dealt with. And what that means for me is, yes, my relationship might be fine, but when this goes into money or career or business or health, my body is going to start coming back up with those thoughts of I'm not good enough to have this, because that core belief can seep into absolutely everything, is my point. So understanding your resistance and actually talking with it, right? Writing it down, figuring out where it comes from, what it means, where it stems from, allows you to go to the root of the problem. And that's essentially what you want to do, because the root of the problem might look the same in all 5 areas of your life. If you're manifesting money and career and love and health, right, you might find that all of the things that are resisting you in all of those 4 things, right, come back down to the fact that you are not worthy of deserving those things or having those things. So it will make more sense to tackle the belief of I am not worthy rather than I have $1 million, or I have 35,000 clients every single month, or I have the best love life in the world. Because yes, that will manifest, that will come to fruition, but you will still come to points within that relationship where your worth is going to be questioned. And if you don't have a basics level of self-worth or self-trust or self-value or self-respect, it's always going to come back down to there. And all human beings have very, very small amount of core beliefs that initially dictate their entire life. So that's what I mean by whenever you reach or you come across resistance, always, always, always sit down with it, talk to it. I used to look at myself whenever I would have resistance and get very, very angry with myself, purely because I found it so enraging that I kept on coming up with the same BS, essentially. And it would be so aggravating, because it'll be like, I'm affirming for something, I want something to happen, but then this worth thing keeps on coming up, or this good enough thing keeps coming up, or my value keeps on coming into the picture. Why is that? And once I realized that rather than the fact that this is actually a key component of who I am, and just persisting and going against this resistance again and again and again, I found myself very, very exhausted, right? Because it would be like I would achieve one thing and it will stop, and then something else will happen, then I have to manifest it again, and then it will stop, and it will be like a circle, right? Until I realize that the basic thing that I need to kind of adhere and fix and set myself in alignment with is my worth. Because most importantly, the person who is in the state of being of having everything that I want, that's in alignment with her goals, genuinely feels worthy of the things that she wants. She genuinely feels valued in her life. She genuinely feels good enough for the things that she receives. She genuinely knows who the fuck she is. And if in this reality of mine, when I'm person A, I don't know that, I have to somehow get myself to point B. So yes, affirm, visualize, but start off with tackling that non-resistance. Start off tackling with that resistance, so it eventually goes down to the point where you can say an affirmation like, yes, life is great, or I'm in a great relationship, and nothing is stopping you in your brain. You can take that as truth because you see your worth, you see your value. And now you're probably going to sit here and be like, well, how am I supposed to tackle this, right? It's the same thing with all these techniques. I have nearly 5 or 6 videos up right now on different techniques, on how you can essentially use that bridge, use that technique and process to get from point A to point B as quickly and as easily as possible. Use affirmations, use visualization, use meditation, use journaling, use anything that makes you feel as if you can get yourself to a different state of being. And that state of being specifically feeling worthy, knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that you deserve the things that you want in life, because no one else is going to prove it to you. It's the same thing that I told in one of my videos as well. I don't remember which one exactly, but I said that Nothing in your reality is ever going to be able to tell you or dictate to you that you are what you say you are. If you're going to wait until you have 10 subscribers or 10 million subscribers to see that you are worthy of having that thing, you're never going to feel worthy. Because even when you reach 10 million, you're going to think, you know what, I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to be worthy. I'm going to feel like my content is valuable when I have 15 million instead. 10 million is too less. So it will never run out. So start feeling it now. So then everything that you come across in life is almost like a manifestation in and of itself, right? Because you're already fulfilled. You already feel worthy. You already feel valued. So get yourself to that point now, and then watch how life unfolds. That's the only way that you're going to be able to take care of resistance. If you are someone that can persist and consistently go through life and consistently persist in something with or without the resistance, then go you. But for me, I genuinely found it exhausting. I found it exhausting just sitting there tackling and saying something very, very superficial, like, I'm in a great relationship, or my life is great, or I am perfect, or I don't know, I have X amount of money, or I have a business, or I have X amount of YouTubers, right, or YouTube subscribers. It would just paper over the cracks, essentially, because still I believe truly deep down inside, oh, I'm not worthy of having 10,000 subscribers. Why would I be? Or I'm not good enough to post on YouTube, because why would I? Like, why would anyone want to listen to me? Do you see that makes me seem like as if I don't have any value in the way that I speak? The reason why I post these videos now is because I see the value that I have in these videos. So whether or not anyone likes or sees them, I know that I create value, and I know that some people will watch this and they will get the relevant information from it, whether or not they need it in that time or not. So that's it. So that's essentially what resistance is and how to tackle it. I would say that's probably the best way that anyone will be able to get from point A to point B, because once you have cleared out the resistance, you have created a straight path for yourself for you to build upon your new beliefs. When you have tackled your deep core beliefs, you can then build any type of thing on top of that. That was your foundation. If your foundation is rocky, yet you're trying to build a beautiful house on top of it, it's never going to build. It's never going to build. It will never build. I'm telling you that right now, okay? It will never ever build. But if you sit there and you take the time to adhere and understand what those core beliefs are, what beliefs are kind of seeping into all different categories of your life, and you tackle them head on, right? It might take some work. It might be painful. It might be annoying at times, right? But if you do that and you do it consistently, you will find yourself in a position where not only have you tackled your core beliefs, but now you have a fresh, strong foundation where you can build your new life off of. There's no point being in person B when person B don't even have any legs, right? Or doesn't have a floor to stand on, and it's just floating in the middle of nowhere, and it can drop at any moment. You don't want that, because it's exactly the same as being person A. So start from the bottom. Learn who you are. This is like, I will tell anyone and everyone, this is a process that everyone will need to go through, whether or not you're in the middle of your manifestation journey, in the beginning, in the end, doesn't matter. You're going to have to go through this. So you might as well go through this now, because you'd rather have a foundation and then build on top of it than have an amazing house and then try and hold the house up while you're building the foundation. Have both of your hands free, build the foundation, and then build a house, okay? So that's essentially what this video was about. I hope you got some good information about this too. And that's all. I'm going to see what my next video is going to be about. I don't actually really know. But if you have any ideas about what you want me to speak about, do let me know. And yeah, I think that's it. So take care. Have a lovely, lovely day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you very, very soon.